Hello, thank you for tuning into my channel. This is my first Finish It Friday video for 2024 for January 5th, 2024. If you want to see what I've been working on for the last little bit, please stay tuned. Thank you so much to those of you who have reached out to me since I've been away from YouTube. I don't remember the last time I made a YouTube video. I know I probably put one up in October, but it may have been maybe November, but I'm not sure. But I appreciate those of you who did reach out to me. I'm doing fine. I was working on some holiday commissions and got them all done. So I want to share those with you today. And then talk about kind of what my plan is for the new year. I have just a few things planned, but let's do the my finishes first, and then we'll go to the new stuff. I had two bear orders that I was working on. There was one order of 9 bears that I was able to get finished before Christmas, and then I had a separate bear that I had to do as well. So I'll put pictures of all those bears here. As usual, they turned out really cute, and the people who ordered them were very happy, so I'm happy about that too. Even though I don't think the one person wasn't able to get hers to the people by Christmas, I'm hopeful that they did get them and they enjoyed them. I'll have to reach out and see what the response was either way. Another thing that I finished was the heartstrings quilt. So if you've been following my channel, this was a quilt that I made. It's actually kind of the second time I've made the quilt. The first time I made it out of crumbs, and it was called the Pieces of My Heart quilt. And then I remade it with string blocks. And so that's why I call it the heartstrings quilt. Now I'll put some pictures here. I am very happy with the way that quilt turned out. I gave it as a gift for somebody's birthday, and he really enjoyed it, so I'm excited about that. I tried some new things with it as far as the quilting and in the backing. I actually put Sherpa on the back of the quilt, and I used that for the binding as well. And I'm just so happy with it. You can see it in the pictures. I want to do a quick little update on this heartstrings quilt. This is a string quilt that I started on, I don't even know, maybe a year or two ago. And I have been stitching it. I have everything stitched together. And I just took it off of the long arm. And I will be honest, I was not really sure about it when I took it off. There are some really funky parts of the quilting that I'm concerned about. I'll zoom in. I'll see if I can find them. The denim was kind of stretchy in some spots, and so there may be some puckers. Let me see if I can find one. Like right in here, you can see that pucker, and then like right there. And there are several of those. You can see them as I'm closer to the quilt. I can see them now. But I actually quilted the quilt going long ways. So once I have it straight up and down like this, you can't really see them as much. But like I said, I just took it off the long arm. There's another one right there. And I haven't quite, I still have to put a binding on it. But I just wanted to show some of my concerns about it before I watch it. But I'm really happy now that I can see it off of the long arm. I don't see the flaws that I saw when I was right up on it. So I'm kind of excited about that. I do need to look at the back. So because I used Sherpa on the back. So let me flip it over and we'll see what the back looks like. Here is the back of the quilt with that Sherpa. I'll zoom in a little bit. I can kind of see the design of the quilting here. I used the Baptist fan pattern, so I can kind of see it. As I'm looking at it now, I'm not really 100% sure that I matched the nap correctly on this Sherpa, because it's obvious that it's like 2 different pieces. I'm not really super stressed about that, but like I can kind of notice it. And I'm hopeful that after I wash it, that it's going to fluff up a little bit. There are some dark patches here. You can see that. That's some thread tension that got out of whack. And I just did not get in there and get all that thread out. I was nervous about ripping the actual fabric, so I didn't mess with it too much. Like I said, I'm hopeful that it will wash out. I am going to attempt to put Sherpa as my binding. You can see I've already cut the strips here. I'm going to attempt to do that as the binding before I put it in the washer, and then hopefully when it comes out, it'll be lovely and beautiful. The binding is now on this heartstrings quilt. I'll get kind of close so you can see it. I actually ended up cutting a 3-inch strip to go all the way around. I had to cut several pieces of it, but I did a 3-inch strip, and then I stitched it on the back with about a 1/2-inch seam allowance, and then I gave it 2 stitches along here. So one kind of in the middle and then one here on the edge. So there's like a little bit of overhang, and then, but like just a little bit. And so I'm about to put it in the washing machine and in the dryer to hopefully get some of this lint off. I'm going to take one of these lighter denim squares, and I'm going to put my label. I'm just going to hand write it on one of these squares instead of putting a separate label on it. So hopefully that's going to look nice. I'll do that, and then I will put this thing in the washer and I will show you what it looks like. It turned out great. But to see the final quilt is just so cute, and it feels great. After I washed it, it got really soft, and the Sherpa really forgave some of my quilting mistakes. So I'm excited about that, and it just looks great, and it's just a perfect little quilt. So I'm glad that I could finish it and that I could give it away. Now, as we prepare for the new year, I decided that I'm going to call this like UFOs for 24, UFOs for 24. And so I hope to finish some of my UFOs. I think I put a number down. Let me see if I listed the number of projects that I want to finish. Let's see. No, I didn't put a number. And so right now I don't have a number. I just want to get started on them as much as possible. I made a list of all of the ones that I had, and there were 17 total UFOs that I had, and then that didn't count the heartstrings quilt because I was already working on that one. So as of January 1, there are 17 that I'm going to be working on, and I'm going to be like putting them working with my commissions and all that. So my commissions will take first priority, and then I may have 1 or 2 that I'm working on alternating days or something like that. So that's the goal. And so right now I'll share what I have, what I'm currently working on. I had the Scrappy Bricks quilt behind me. It was on my board for quite a while. I'm going to put this is going to be my major focus of 2024. This one to me this one's kind of the big UFO. If I have to pick one, this is the one that is super important. This is a quilt top that was made by my great grandmother, and I think it was finished in the late 1950s, early 1960s. My mom said it's the last one that she worked on before she passed. So, yeah. And it is completely hand-pieced. And everything is kind of put together piecemeal, but like I just noticed one little thing, and I'll show it to you in a minute. But but you can see the different blocks there. Some bow tie kind of blocks, or spool. These are like spool blocks. And then here's like one of those cheddar blocks. These are kind of cool right here. You know, these are just some string blocks. And then these are more of those repeated, but like just a lot of different things that she stitched together. And really so cool. And here are some bow tie blocks. There's some 9-patch blocks up in the top. A whole variety of different things. So I need to finish this for my mom. And so I'm going to really focus on it this year. Since it is hand pieced, I'm very concerned because I'm not a hand piecer. I really am not sure how to do that. But I hope to learn as much as I can and do as much as I can for it, and just go a little bit at a time to get some repairs done on it. Some of the things that I noticed like right off are like maybe the stitches aren't super perfect. Let me see, like right here, there's kind of, you see that that's kind of coming apart a little bit. And it's there too. So like just little shoring up some seams here and there. This one is another one. It looks like the fabric kind of frayed, and there's just like very little seam allowance right there. So figuring out how to do that and what to do about it. If I just take a deeper seam, whatever, I don't know. But since I'm not a hand piecer, I'm just kind of at a loss right now. But I think I'm at a loss now because it's the first day. So I don't know how we're going to fix it, but we can fix it. Another part, like it has some holes in it, like this right here. And I'm like, should I just do fusible web on it or something to kind of fuse it together? You know, I'll just take it one little step at a time to see what to do. And the way that I think I'm going to attack it, I was going to put it in quadrants, but now I don't think I'm going to do that. I think that I can go by like block sets, maybe something like that. Like I just noticed these 9 blocks right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the same block. So I can treat that like one section. And then here, these are all bow tie blocks, so I can treat that as one section. Let me zoom in. And then these are all 9 patches. I can treat those as one section. You know, this block by itself can be one section. And then these, I'm not really sure. Well, I'm going to call these spool blocks. So it's, well, no, not those. These right here, these 4, they can be kind of a section, but there are 2 sets of those. Very cool. And then the spool blocks, they're all right here. And like this right here looks like a square and a square, but the construction is the same. I don't know if you can tell. So I can kind of treat those as one section. Very cool. And then there's this one that's kind of by itself. And then they're the string blocks that are kind of by themselves. So I think if I break it down like that, that I could do just little bits at a time, shoring up seams and making sure everything is good. And then hopefully to have it sturdy enough that I can get it quilted on the long arm. That's the goal for me. And I think that I can do it. And I'm looking forward to giving this a good old try in 2024. So join me on the journey for vintage quilt repair. I hope you've enjoyed this kind of preview of my new year projects, just a couple of them. I can't wait to see what this year holds. I'm excited to pursue some new goals, some new projects. I do have a video goal because I haven't been super consistent. So my goal for this year is just to make at least 60 YouTube videos and upload them And so I'm going to start putting a little banner, and hopefully you've seen it at the beginning of this video, showing how many videos I've made up to my total of 60. So I can't wait for you to see that. Follow me on this journey. If you have any questions about what you've seen in this video, leave them in the comments below. Thumbs up this video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Happy New Year!